A phone call from beyond. A mysterious voice commanded a young girl to hang herself. Don't miss it. Psychics uncover a chain of chilling deaths. But will they manage to stop the killer? This is Psychic Investigations, a show of real and astonishing stories. Here, people who call themselves clairvoyants investigate sensational criminal cases and incredible supernatural phenomena. Ukrainian woman Natalia Saiko lives with her husband and their 9 children in a small village. The population here is just 200 people. The Saikos are a typical countryside family. They earn a living selling homegrown vegetables and milk. Life was peaceful and harmonious until last year, when everything was shattered by a terrifying incident.
Such fear I can't even describe it.
One of their daughters, 13-year-old Maryna, disappeared without a trace. That day, the girl, along with her 3 sisters and 5 brothers, had helped their parents with the chores. They fed the chickens and ducks, milked the cow, had dinner together, and went to bed. But Natalia, as if sensing trouble, couldn't sleep. She peeked into the children's room and froze in horror. Her middle daughter's bed was empty.
I didn't even hear her leave the house. I immediately started calling her. I called her all night.
She sounded the alarm at once and woke her husband. Together, they searched for the child, asking neighbors, walking through the streets, checking every corner. But the girl was nowhere to be found.
She never went anywhere. To clubs or anything. She just didn't.
All night long, the parents searched the village with tears in their eyes. They were in shock. Their daughter had never gone missing before. She always came home from school on time, spent her evenings reading or helping around the house.
She's such a simple child.
Only at 5 in the morning, when Natalia dialed her daughter's number for like the 100th time, she finally heard her voice. But the girl couldn't explain where she was or what had happened. Natalia turned on the outside light, hoping it would help her daughter find her way back.
She says, "I can't walk." I quickly turned on the porch light and said, "Can you see the light?" She says, "I can see it." I told her, "Just come home. Don't hang up. Keep talking to me."
Within minutes, the girl was standing at the gate. But her mother says she was unrecognizable, pale as death, barely able to speak. Terrified, the parents brought her inside and tried to find out what had happened. Maryna could only remember that in the night, she'd gotten a call from an unknown number.
I answered, and they said, "You need to go and hang yourself."
I found a shoelace on her. She was scared, crying. It was like she went into a panic attack.
Who called her? A man or a woman? The girl couldn't say. Neither did she know where she went after that. Maryna says she was asleep, and then suddenly she woke up and realized she was outside with a noose around her neck.
Someone called her and told her to hang herself. That would bring terrible grief to the family.
The girl was threatened. They said her entire family would be killed if she didn't take her own life. Natalia was so terrified for her daughter that she grabbed the phone and smashed it against the wall. The device survived, but the SIM card broke. So, to this day, she doesn't know who called that night.
I have children too, and it's terrifying to think that such thoughts could ever be in their heads.
Natalia turned to the police, but they just shrugged, told her to come back if something actually happened. But she refuses to just sit and wait for tragedy to strike. She's hoping the psychics can uncover who's trying to push her daughter Maryna toward suicide and threatening the lives of her entire family. Natalia reached out to 2 clairvoyants, shaman Maryna Komushku and British medium Anna Galliers.
I had a terrifying dream. It was night. I was walking down an abandoned street, no one around. Silence. Then suddenly this loud sound rang out like the tolling of chimes, and people appeared out of nowhere. They were dead. And they seemed to say, "We need to finish it quickly. We need to hammer the nails, bring the planks. We don't have enough people."
It's strange, but I see men. A lot of them. wearing work clothes. They're building something. Maybe stairs, maybe a slide. But they're all frustrated, constantly complaining. They're dead. But how is it even possible for the dead to be working?
Hello.
Hello, my name is Natalia.
The moment we approached the woman, it felt like someone grabbed my shoulders. But no one was there, except Maryna and Natalia. May we speak with your daughter?
Yes,
Hi, Maryna. I can feel you're very worried.
Mom, what is this?
something's wrong with her. She's not well. Go inside.
It feels like there's some kind of otherworldly force standing beside Maryna, controlling her like a puppet.
What is the clairvoyant sensing? Could the girl be hiding something?
I see a girl who's not confrontational at all, and I can't understand who would wish her harm.
Wait, I can feel something over there on... I'm seeing an image. Your daughter is standing right here with a noose around her neck.
Incredible. The clairvoyants have come to the exact spot where Maryna nearly ended her life.
It feels like someone pushed your child to this place.
Maryna doesn't remember anything. Maybe someone threatened her, then brought her to the apiary and forced her to hang herself. But who?
Then I felt that the hand which had been on my shoulder grabbed me and started pulling me somewhere.
As the psychics tuned in, night fell over the village.
I realized it's not a human trying to kill this girl. It's a presence from the other side.
It's impossible to believe. After all, the girl insists it was a living person who called her. She just doesn't remember whether the voice was a male or female.
I see a man near the girl.
He's in the world of the dead. For some reason, he's sitting and crying. He wants to take his daughter.
He was the one who lured the girl to the apiary to hang herself.
Who is the clairvoyant talking about?
I feel drawn to go there. I'm being drawn here by the energy of a blood relative. I think it's your brother. Horrible. There's a noose on him.
He's hanging here.
I see a terrified woman. It looks like she found him. This is his wife.
Anton's widow is also named Natalia. She's 33 and vividly remembers the dreadful winter day when she discovered her husband dead.
I thought he was just standing there, but it turned out he was already hanging.
That morning, he was in good spirits. By evening, he was gone. No one could understand why he chose to end his life.
Someone called him before he died. Right after the call, he walked out here. Natalia's brother was also taken by a dark force, but why? And where did it come from?
Natalia says her brother did get a phone call before his death, then left the house like he was in a trance.
We thought he was still on the phone.
Soon after, Anton was gone. His phone was found next to him, but strangest of all incoming calls had been erased. Terrifying. Natalia's daughter also received a mysterious call. Is it just a coincidence or some mysticism?
I see another relative of yours in the attic under the roof. He also had a noose around his neck.
That was my cousin.
He was cheerful, the life of the party.
Yes, that's right.
Then suddenly a noose around his neck. No clear reason.
I feel someone also called him before he died. This is truly disturbing.
After a strange call, Serhiy left home without saying a word and took his own life. His phone was later found broken, and no numbers remained on the SIM card. It's all very strange. Every one of the victims had received a call before their death, but it's impossible to trace. Either the numbers disappear or the phone stops working.
One and the same supernatural force is behind the deaths in Natalia's family, but its true nature still had to be uncovered.
The father of your daughter also hanged himself. I clearly saw a noose. I thought he was dead.
He's alive. He tried to hang himself, but I saved him.
Natalia says her husband had tried to take his life more than once, just like with their daughter Maryna. He received a phone call, but he couldn't recall who it was or what they said.
I asked him, "Why are you trying to hang yourself?" But he gave me no answer.
They couldn't identify the caller. Could it really be a dark force trying to wipe out Natalia's whole family?
Each one got a call before their death. Now I understand the person calling is temporarily possessed by the dead. The phone becomes a channel to issue the command to hang oneself. That's how they lure people to the other side. Suddenly I had a vision. I saw Maryna with a noose around her neck surrounded by figures. They were dead souls. These spirits come to Natalia's loved ones. Then they hang themselves. The dead are waiting to take them with them.
What souls is the medium talking about, and why do they want Natalia's loved ones dead?
Something is pulling me by the hand. It's the spirit of a boy. We have to go. The spirit told me his death is connected to the deaths in Natalia's family. He wants to show me the place where he died.
The psychics arrived at the dryer. That's what locals call the old hay-drying barn for livestock. It's abandoned now.
He's pulling me inside. I see how he died. It's like he's hypnotized. He walks in, stands right here, puts a noose around his neck. Oh my God. He hangs himself too.
Natalia remembered, 14 years ago, a local young man was found dead in this very spot. His name was Oleksiy. He had just turned 21.
I see he was cheerful too. He didn't seem suicidal at all. What's going on here?
Yes.
It's horrifying.
Locals say they still don't understand why the young man took his own life. But how is his death connected to Natalia's family? What kind of force is claiming their lives? And now threatens a 13-year-old girl?
I see another man. It's like a whole village of the hanged.
Yeah, people hang themselves a lot here.
Phantoms swinging from ropes.
Then it hit me. These spirits seem to hypnotize the living. They call and give a command to go hang themselves. And the person, not understanding anything, just follows the order.
It turns out the villagers have long feared that their siblings, children, spouses, anyone could end up in a noose at any moment.
Mostly it's young people taking their lives. Many have hanged themselves in this village.
And it'll keep going. But what's pushing them to do this? What's the reason?
Now I see a crowd. They're being herded somewhere. Their clothes are strange, old-fashioned. No one wears that now. I hear gunshots. Bullets hit their heads, their chests. They drop like wheat being cut down. This was war. So much blood was spilled.
During the war, they brought Jews from the entire district here. The Germans shot them.
Around 1,000 Jews became Holocaust victims in this area. They were executed in the village.
Many were buried all together in one place.
Since World War II, there's been a mass grave of murdered Jews in the village.
2 years ago, they started digging a sand quarry there. Sand was dumped along with bones. Clearly human remains.
These were the remains of those innocently executed.
When they were disturbed, they became angry.
Desecrating graves is a great sin. After something like that, a wave of suicides could really follow.
Horrifying. Could it be that by disturbing the mass grave, villagers offended the souls of the dead, and that's why they're taking the living?
But something changed. I see a monument, like a memorial in honor of these people.
They put up a cross there.
To honor the memory of the victims, villagers placed a cross at the site around 3 years ago. Every year, they bring flowers and pay tribute to the innocent victims of the war.
That calmed the angry spirits. But the suicides didn't start right after the mass killings. They began much later, 10 or 20 years afterward.
We spoke with local elders and learned the suicides in the village truly began in the 1960s. No one could explain it. People would wake in the middle of the night, leave their homes, and be found hanged by morning.
In that moment, I received the same vision as before our investigation. Men building something. All of them are dead. Spirits are gathering here. There are many of them. One spirit stepped forward, the same one that guided us all day today. He wants to say something. The spirits are holding tools in their hands. One of them says they must build something.
Hammers, logs. It's like a command.
Let's go, right now.
Where are the psychics heading? What did they sense?
It sounded like knocking from the other side. I realized it was the noise of those souls gathering here. They're building something, just as in my vision. And importantly, all these people are former villagers.
Oh my goodness.
These spirits are enraged. They don't want us in this building, especially the one who's their leader.
This man says I am needed here. In life, he worked in construction.
That man also hanged himself, and before that, in a dream, he was called to the other world. Then I understood. The force that has accompanied us all day is the spirit of the lead man in this so-called spirit crew. In life, he was a foreman, and that's why he was summoned to the other side.
Incredible as it sounds, we located the brigade leader's relative. She recalls visiting him one evening when someone called. He stepped outside and was later found in the yard, hanged. The number that called him, like the others, wasn't saved.
Before he went out that night, my niece's husband dreamt that he needed another foreman for them. He was the foreman of a construction crew. That night, he was gone.
Horror! What is happening in this village? Are all the residents doomed?
I see a black river.
This isn't an ordinary river. It's the boundary between the world of the living and the dead. I see souls crossing from one bank to the other.
I also see a boat where God's messenger ferries the dead across this river. Many souls wish to board it, but they're forbidden because they're sinners. Suicides.
Those who take their own lives cannot cross to the other side. Their spirits find no rest and wander among the living. But one suicide from the 1960s was determined to join the departed. To cross the river, he decided to build a bridge. He must assemble a crew of fellow suicide victims like himself.
It's almost unbelievable. Yet villagers say the deaths in this hamlet began in the 1960s after a young man took his own life. They say he was a loner and was found hanged in his own home.
What should we do now?
The whole village must pray for the souls and ask God to forgive them. These restless spirits are desperately trying to build a bridge.
A church needs to be built here.
Hard to believe, but why did the Spirit Brigade want 13-year-old Maryna?
They're hungry ghosts. They need a cook. A woman who's good at it.
Does your daughter dream of becoming a chef?
Yes.
Maryna loves cooking and dreams of opening a restaurant.
That's why they noticed her.
Natalia recalled that villagers spoke of a woman who dreamt of dead workers inviting her to cook for them. We managed to find a relative of that woman, who confirmed that her cousin Olena had such a dream.
My cousin had a dream. She said there were already some workers, but no cook to make food.
But in the dream, the woman refused the builders, saying she was too old to cook for an entire crew. That, Olena believes, is why they left her alive.
The spirits of the dead linger around Maryna and try to take her with them. They give her commands she can't resist. That's why she was acting strangely and kept running away. She must be saved immediately.
Your daughter needs cleansing and a ritual.
The psychics returned to Natalia's home to see Maryna.
Anna was reading a prayer. And I used the sound of bells to break that noose.
An otherworldly force is taking friends from the same party one by one. Who woke the murderous entity? Can the psychics stop it? Don't miss out. One of the most mysterious investigations. Svetlana Kovtun has lived in a small village all her life. She works at a store in the town nearby and, together with her husband, raises 2 children. She considered herself a fairly happy person until tragedy struck her family. A year ago, her younger brother, Volodya, was found hanged in broad daylight. He was only 33 years old.
Such a huge loss. I couldn't eat or sleep.
Volodya Shevchuk was found hanged in his yard.
After Volodya's death, disturbing visions and dreams began troubling his relatives.
The curtain was drawn back from this side. And I saw his face. He was staring at me.
He appears in my dreams, telling me something, and there's a man standing next to him, but I can't see his face.
After seeing these dreams, strange things happen to the people in reality.
He's been appearing in my dreams a lot lately. He says, "Come on." It got to the point where I came to in my pajamas, standing knee-deep in the river in the valley.
The woman also claims that her thoughts are being controlled by something.
It feels like I have no soul, and my thoughts are like I want to be with him.
The family turns to the psychics to find the answers. They want to know what these dreams mean. Why is their dead relative disturbing them? Is he trying to convey something about his death? And did he really commit suicide? After all, the man had 3 children.
He loved his children a lot.
He loved those kids more than himself. He was ready to do anything for his children.
He was very cheerful. Everything made him happy. He wanted to do everything with his own hands.
Someone who lived and wanted to live just put a noose around his neck. It's hard to believe.
Psychics Olga Kalinova and Yaroslava Fedorova take on the case. As soon as they received Volodya's photo, they immediately get down to work.
In his last seconds, Volodya heard laughter near him. An unknown force was mocking him, saying, "I got what was mine, but what this force is, I don't understand yet. Could it be a spirit or some entity?"
It's strange. 4 people are leaning over a pit. Wait, it's not a pit. It's a grave. I see those 4 laughing over the grave. But someone is watching them. A dark female figure, dressed in a long black robe. She radiates such a chilling cold. She pushes one of them into the pit, then another. And these 2 who are left will be next.
But who are the men the psychic sees in her vision? And what does it have to do with Volodya's death?
It seems Volodya died as a result of a ritual.
This is horrifying. Could someone have forced Volodya to commit suicide? But who?
Hello?
Hello.
Volodya's mother has also come to the meeting with the psychics.
My brother is gone. We think something mystical, something from the other world, pushed him to do it.
You're right. I feel that he was supposed to live, but some kind of awful force interfered in his destiny.
I sense some kind of constant fear and tension around him.
And for good reason. His health started deteriorating. Someone was draining the life out of him.
Yes, that's right. Recently, he began fainting quite often, but doctors couldn't find anything wrong with him.
He was hospitalized many times.
He was always a healthy man, but lately he started fainting all the time.
I don't sense that Volodya wished to die.
He did have plans. He wanted to start earning money in a different way.
Yes.
He spent all his time at work.
He worked in construction. He had his own crew.
Volodya and his crew traveled to almost every town in the area and had plenty of orders. He was the best specialist in his area.
He was a born professional.
But what happened to Volodya? How and why did he end up in the noose?
He was such a cheerful person, always glowing. People were drawn to him.
I need to consult my cards. I see him as a victim. And there's an evil force with horns. It seems he heard its voice. Something called him.
I see 4 doves. They're flying high in the sky, and below is a pit. Suddenly, one of them dives like a stone into the pit and shatters to pieces.
A dove symbolizes a soul.
Yaroslava, look. There's a dead bird here. It's a sign.
Oh, God. It's terrible. At that moment, I understood that Volodya's relatives blamed someone for his death. The woman he loved. You suspect she pushed him into the pit.
We think it was his wife. She'd started going to fortune tellers lately. She didn't hide it, but didn't reveal her purpose either.
I clearly see from the cards that someone performed a ritual, a dark one.
What kind of ritual could it have been? And is Volodya's wife really involved?
There's a secret, and she thinks you know it. But I don't get what it means yet.
We need to talk to that woman.
The psychics visit Oksana, Volodya's wife, at her parents' house, where she has been living since becoming a widow. Victoria and Olena, Volodya's sisters, are waiting for them outside the house.
Oksana, these are the psychics. They need to talk to you.
Please don't film. Just tell them to go away. Why are you acting like I'm a stranger to you?
Don't shout.
Oksana doesn't seem to be inclined to speak to the psychics at all. But why? Could she really have something to hide?
Let's go outside.
If she were genuinely interested in finding out what happened, her reaction would be different.
Get out of the property.
Where's Olga?
When we stepped out of the yard, it turned out that Olga Kalinova was missing. The woman had locked the door from the inside and wasn't letting the psychic out.
I trapped. Volodya's wife was screaming hysterically, telling us to leave and take away the cameras. She eventually agreed to let me go on, but on one condition, that Yaroslava and I would go to the house where she lived with her children and husband before his death. I agreed, and that's how I got released.
The woman silently leads the psychics to the house where she and Volodya used to live. about 200 meters from her parents' home.
Oksana, I understand that you're a mother who stayed alone with her children after your husband's death, but your behavior is alarming. Can I ask you a direct question? Did you engage in magic?
I never did anything like that.
There were some misunderstandings between you. Things got really bad. Between the birth of your second and third children, something went wrong. Why did you start arguing?
We had our own family issues. Go and do whatever you want.
The widow refused to communicate with us outright, and I understood why. Oksana had a male admirer while Volodya was alive. I think that explains her harsh reaction to our arrival. She was afraid her sisters-in-law would turn against her even more, because according to them, Volodya loved his wife very much.
He loved her. He would do anything for her. But Oksana was unfaithful.
He sacrificed everything for his family and kids.
Volodya's sisters are convinced that his wife is to blame for his death, that she went to witches and performed rituals to get rid of her husband.
She's going to get away with it, and I can't live with that.
Volodya's widow decided to avoid conflict, so she simply turned and left without explaining anything to anyone. But why? Could she really be involved in her husband's death?
Look Mom in the eye. Oksana didn't say a word, although our mother, who buried her son, stood there. But may she live as she pleases. God will judge her.
Can we get out of here?
We heard the rumors.
And he said it too.
He said Oksana cheated on him. He came once at 2 a.m. and started telling me, "I'll move in to live with you." I said, "No problem." But I added, "You have 2 children. Who will they be left with?" And he thought about it, got into the car, and drove away.
But could Oksana really have decided to get rid of her husband and send him to an early grave using magic?
Oksana is not involved in her husband's death. Yes, she did go to fortune tellers, but not because she wanted to get rid of her husband. She was simply trying to understand herself and the situation in her life.
Oksana confessed to me in the house that she never wished her husband dead. She only wanted to leave him because she didn't have feelings for him anymore.
But still, Olga, I sense a ritual. However, Oksana didn't perform it.
Yes, I also sense that some kind of ritual was involved in Volodya's death.
And the smell of fresh earth is strong. The smell of a freshly dug grave has been haunting and driving me crazy. I couldn't understand how it related to the case at hand.
I see a spirit. The spirit doesn't approach us. It appears to be afraid of something. Wait, they died similar deaths. He and Volodya were the same age and quite close. And there are numbers, 10, 10, 10.
A month after Volodya's death, his friend hanged himself. Volodya hanged himself on the 10th. And I think Sasha did too.
Why did he hang himself? Nobody knows it.
Sasha lived on the same street as Volodya. He was 33 years old. He was found hanged in his own yard. It's just incomprehensible. But why did the 2 friends die the same way?
The scariest part is that the same force took them to the other world, and it's hunting someone else now. Another man's spirit. He's calling me, trying to show me something. Maybe it's all connected.
Another death, and a young man again.
He crashed into a lamppost, but it happened much earlier.
Serhiy crashed his motorcycle near the garage years ago.
Could you please show me the place?
Incredible speed. He's racing.
It seems he lost control over the bike. The death was instant.
He was hurrying to confess his love or propose to his girlfriend. Something like that. It was in the spring. Around the same time your brother hanged himself in the same month.
They were going to get engaged. He was on his way to see the girl, but he never made it. It happened literally 5 meters away from her place.
The spirit of this young man had nothing to do with Volodya's death, but he said that if we didn't sort out the situation, another tragedy might happen. Someone else would die. So, we have Volodya, then Sasha, and there's a third man with them, someone named Ivan. Who is he?
Ivan also tried to hang himself. It happened after Volodya's death.
It's just a nightmare. It turns out that another friend of Volodya's, Ivan, also attempted suicide, but was saved.
What is it? Olga, be careful.
I felt like I fell into a huge pit, like a grave. And again, there were doves flying over the pit. One fell down like a stone and broke into pieces. Then another. The third dove followed them, but something saved it. These are Volodya, Sasha, and Ivan. But there's a fourth one. He's next.
But who are the psychics talking about? Could someone be in mortal danger right now? Another friend of Volodya's? But who?
The cause behind the tragedies lies in some mystical force. And then I saw Volodya's spirit. Behind his back, the terrifying figure appeared, dressed in the long, dark robe, and I saw that chilling, contemptuous look. It was the same figure I'd seen before the investigation. Volodya turned around, saw the look of this figure, and his face turned into stone. There was a look of despair and sadness on his face. I saw tears in his eyes. The earth is pulling. What was the ritual connected to the earth? What did they do with the earth?
They sometimes dug graves when asked. Volodya also took such jobs.
Volodya and Sasha dug graves.
Yes, they did it.
Lots of pits.
He often did it.
I had the feeling that through the shovels with which the men dug the graves, they opened a portal to the afterlife. But how could this possibly have happened?
To find it out, the psychics go to the cemetery.
I understand your grief.
He's asking you to forgive him. He's very sorry he's gone now and can't be with you.
It's so hard. It hurts so much.
He's behind you, Svetlana, and he's embracing you.
Water? Water.
I felt so sick. Like something was choking me. I couldn't breathe.
When it happened, the spirit showed me another vision of Volodya, Sasha, and his another two friends digging a pit in a yard. They're holding shovels. What were they digging in the yard?
The pit for the outhouse. All three of them dug it, Volodya, Sasha, and Ivan. Artur joined them later.
And they used the same shovels as they used for digging graves.
Burial is a ritual. It is performed according to certain rules. Any mistake can have negative consequences and lead to another death. All things used during burial are sacred. They cannot be used in everyday life.
Shovels have a close connection with the afterlife energy.
The men violated all the rules. At that moment, they established a close connection with the afterlife. One wrong move or word, and the program of death starts working.
and he commented on something, and they all laughed.
Yes. He said then that the pit was large enough for all 4 of them to be buried in it. It was on April 9th, and the next day on Thursday, he did that.
He's weeping all the time.
His tears were running even when he was lying in the coffin.
And he's crying now. He approaches each of you, hugging you and weeping.
I caught the scent of his cologne, and I felt a weight on my hand and shoulder.
Bring water.
Cedar here.
My legs went numb.
I felt his presence, even though I couldn't see him.
The 2 men who are still alive must atone for it. They should ask death for forgiveness. It's following them. Do you understand it?
A young man was found dead on the road. Investigators insist it was suicide, but his family is convinced he was murdered. Don't miss it. Psychics will expose a killer girl with dozens of deaths to her name. In this house lives a family that has been grieving for a year. Their youngest son, Sasha, died under mysterious circumstances. He was just 21 years old.
Sasha Bobik was found dead around 7 a.m. on a highway at the outskirts of Odessa, the regional center in southern Ukraine.
The bloodied young man was spotted lying on the frozen ground without a coat by local residents in the early morning. Horrified, they called an ambulance and the police. Ivan, the deceased's older brother, works as a driver for one of the police departments in Odessa. He was the first to learn about the tragedy and broke the news to their parents.
I picked up the phone. Mom, Sasha is gone. I said, what do you mean gone? He told me where he was. I asked, what was he doing in Odessa?
Sasha was supposed to be in the capital, 500 kilometers away from where he died.
He was studying law at the Kyiv Institute of the Ministry of Internal Affairs.
Life in the capital was expensive, and money was tight, so the young man took on side jobs. That day, Sasha was supposed to be patrolling the streets of Kyiv. His parents still don't understand how their son ended up in Odessa, or why he didn't inform them or his brother about his trip.
We knew for sure he was supposed to be in Kyiv.
The experts found multiple abrasions and bruises on Sasha's body, yet all his bones were intact. Death occurred between 6 and 7 a.m. from an aortic rupture.
But how and why could the strongest artery in the human body suddenly rupture?
An aortic rupture can happen in several cases. If a person had an aortic aneurysm and it burst, but according to his parents, Sasha was healthy. In that case, a rupture could be caused by a powerful blow to the chest or a fall from a great height.
Law enforcement officers insist the young man took his own life. But why would he secretly leave the capital to do so?
He appears in my dreams almost every 2 weeks. I ask him, Sasha, did you really do this? What happened? He just looked at me, lowered his head, and started crying.
What is Sasha hiding? Even in death? What really happened that night?
His roommate said that in just 20 minutes he suddenly made up his mind. I'm going. That's it. Why did he make such an abrupt decision? Who called him there?
Moreover, the family insists they saw signs of beatings on their son's body.
His nose was broken here, his eyebrow too, his eye, and near his ear as well.
His neck was bruised and his nasal bridge was fractured.
They assigned the case to a young investigator and he closed it as a suicide, even though no real examination was ever conducted.
Law enforcement is acting strangely. After all, Sasha was one of them. He worked in the patrol police, and his brother also serves in the force.
They rushed to close the case, and that was it.
I wish I had died instead of him. I would have given my life just so he could live. He wanted to live so badly.
He wanted to get married.
After Sasha's death, His family learned that he had a girlfriend, Yaroslava. He had promised her that as soon as he finished his studies, they would get married. But instead of celebrating their grandchildren, his parents are still left searching for answers about how their son died.
I can't get to the truth. My only hope now is in the clairvoyance.
Clairvoyant Yaroslava Fedorova and Molfar Olena Stetsenko are taking on the investigation of this complex case.
I had a strange vision. I saw this young man standing in the middle of the road. Behind him, I saw the silhouette of a woman. Very beautiful. Tears were streaming down her face, and she was reaching for his neck. It felt as if she was the one who took him to the other side.
There were marks on Sasha's neck, bruises resembling finger imprints, as if someone had strangled him.
There were marks, like strangulation prints.
But who is this woman the clairvoyant sees? And how is she connected to Sasha's death?
It's like two men standing on either side of me. Next to each of them, a fresh grave has been dug. I keep hearing a woman crying. Could it be that more deaths will follow this one?
I don't understand either. There's this feeling, like a crypt.
Yes.
Stale, suffocating air, like standing in a graveyard.
Oh my God. Olena, look behind you. What is that?
This has never happened before. To open these doors, you need to make an effort.
The locked trunk suddenly opened on its own.
This situation could have actually caused an accident.
Listen, you understand, I turned around and there was a girl sitting there wearing some kind of gray dress. The moment I spun around and screamed, the doors flew open and she was thrown onto the road.
What is happening?
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Please come in.
I feel drawn to that place. The death card has appeared. Next, the card that represents your son. A sudden blow, see? And now, I see a woman's card. A woman connected to this death.
Another woman. But who is she?
These are his awards, right?
Yes.
This wall right here, it's all his. When they were 8 years old, he and his brother asked to join judo together. I spoke to the coach and he agreed to take them. Said they were talented boys.
We trained together, traveled to competitions together.
He was being threatened. Something was unsettling him, you understand? It's like he had a premonition.
We know nothing about it.
From what we were able to uncover, someone called Sasha before his patrol shift. Right after that call, he requested leave from work and rushed to Odessa. It remains unclear who he was going to see and what could have made him change his plans so suddenly.
Do you have any photographs?
The mother brings the clairvoyance her son's last photos.
Yaroslava, look at this.
It looks like a paw.
Right here, a paw. Do you see it?
And what does that mean?
A dark force that is holding a paw. And look, here's another photo. Exactly the same mark.
And it's like hands reaching out toward him.
And again.
Almost in every photo.
And here as well, exactly the same.
These photos were taken a week before Sasha's death. His parents had them printed after he passed and were shocked. In every single image, there was a dark shadow near him.
When black smudges, streaks, or crosses appear in a photo, it means there's negative energy surrounding a person. Dark forces are influencing them. Listen, his whole body is covered in bruises, his face completely bruised, and his nose, it looks displaced. Do you see?
A fight. He was in a fight.
And his knuckles are battered, and one of his arms, it looks like it was in an unnatural position.
His fist was clenched.
A fist.
When Sasha's body was found, his right arm was bent at the elbow, his knuckles were bloodied, and his fist was tightly clenched. It's very likely that he was in a fight before he died.
So, did Sasha die in a fight? Was he brutally beaten and left to die in the freezing cold? But who could have taken down a judo champion? Were there several attackers?
I can feel it. There were many people around him, a celebration. I take it they were celebrating New Year's, right?
Sasha was indeed found dead on New Year's Day. But what could have happened that night? Why did he suddenly leave work, skip the holiday gathering with his parents in a nearby village, only to be found dead the next morning?
He wasn't meant to be there. Something called him to that place.
But why was he found near that particular house?
According to the young man's parents, none of his friends or relatives lived in that building. But we decided to investigate. Maybe there was something the family didn't know. We took Sasha's photo and went door to door, checking all the apartments in that and the neighboring buildings. But no one recognized him.
He died from a man's blow. A strike of diabolical force.
Wait, I think I need to step away, Elena. I need to work on this.
While the clairvoyants worked inside the house, half the village had gathered outside.
There are dead souls everywhere here. Do you understand? Everywhere. Almost none of them died a natural death. This is a street of the dead. It feels like a graveyard. Two dead young men. They are calling me. They look alike somehow, like they could be relatives. Hello. There are two dead people. They are drawing me here. Both died at almost the same age.
Yes, my son and my brother passed away.
And one of them, I see he can't breathe. His throat, it was constricted.
Yes, he hanged himself.
Nadia's son, Andrei, died several years ago. He was found hanging in his own kitchen. He was 31 years old. According to his mother, he had no reason to take his own life.
The second man, he died much earlier, but for some reason, I see a vision of him being brought back, like in a tin can.
A zinc coffin. He served in the army.
I can't quite grasp how he died. He's showing me water, like a large vat, you understand? And his body, it looks burned. He died in water, but from fire. It doesn't make sense.
He was in the Navy. There was a fire on his ship. The sailors were poisoned by carbon monoxide.
As I walked down this street, I couldn't shake the feeling. These deaths of the young men, they are all connected. I see something unnatural pulling them into the grave.
Suddenly, the clairvoyant stopped in front of another house. What she says next stuns everyone.
I see a picture, a gunshot, right here. Another man took his own life.
First, my father shot himself, then my son did too.
This is beyond terrifying. Almost every house on this street has seen death, and not just one.
There are 20,000 people living in this town, but nowhere else is as cursed as this street. Everyone is afraid. Who's next?
All the men on this street died very young and without any obvious reasons. Now, I've seen that at the time of each of their deaths, there was the spirit of a girl nearby.
Meanwhile, the Molfar Olena Stetsenko continues working with Sasha's parents.
This is not just one death. There is someone in your family who also died in a similar manner. See a man, beaten up, his body bruised all over.
Murdered or strangled, no one ever found out. They discovered him in his apartment. He was Sasha's godfather.
The boy's godfather was also named Sasha, and he too died under unclear circumstances. The investigation was brief. Conclusion: the man took his own life.
There's a presence here, some kind of demonic force. My God, what was that?
The door, it just creaked open on its own.
It was like something shoved me in the back. Good thing there was a post, otherwise I would have fallen. Let's go find Yaroslava. As I walk, this terrible feeling grows. My legs, from the knees down, they feel completely numb. Graves. All I see are graves. Yaroslava, it feels like I'm standing in a cemetery.
I said the exact same thing.
All young men. Not counting infants, men under 45 die. Sudden deaths. We fear for our children, for those who are still alive, for the future.
It turned out that the entire street had been waiting for the clairvoyants to arrive. The people were desperate. Almost every month, they buried another young man. Sons, fathers, sons-in-law, relatives, and neighbors.
Of course, we're afraid. There are 32 widows on this street. Everyone is terrified. Who's next? We need help.
Our children grow up, move away, start families, and then something happens. They are brought back here to be buried.
All these men died at different ages, in different places, but they were all connected.
And then suddenly, I saw her again. The woman who had been haunting me since the beginning of this investigation. She was greedily drinking human blood from a large chalice.
There, I don't understand what this is.
The clairvoyants are now at the other end of the street.
A crowd of dead people is standing there, and Sasha is among them.
I see a woman walking around screaming, cursing men.
A woman is responsible for all of this.
A dead woman. Buried right here by the roadside.
They say a woman was buried here, but what happened to her? No one knows.
She was young and very beautiful.
This is the woman who drags death along with her. Do you feel it? That smell of disturbed earth, like a grave. That way. That way. I'm following the scent.
The spirit, it's bound to this place. The spirit of this dead woman.
I saw the dead woman.
It feels as if she was buried in a sitting position.
She wasn't buried properly, like a human should be. And her bones, it's like they were scattered later, as if the grave was disturbed. Do you see? Blind vengeance.
She's taking revenge on all men.
This was a violent death.
She's suffocated.
They say the woman was buried half alive.
It was a man who buried her, a young man, do you understand? She wanted to have a family with him.
But he left her.
He went back to his family. He had a wife and children. This girl, she loved him so much. She insisted that he stay with her. They fought. I can feel the blow. And he thought she was dead. But she only lost consciousness. He panicked and buried her so no one would look for her. Alive. Alive. She died in that grave. And she died with the thought that the man she loved had buried her alive.
Yes, there was such a story. My grandfather told me. His friend told him that he had been seeing a girl. But that friend was married. He lived on this very street. He hit the girl hard on the head, and he didn't even check if she was alive or dead. He just buried her. She was in a sitting position.
In her blind rage, she takes young men, anyone born on this land. She moves like a dead bride. She can take anyone with her. I want to go back to Sasha. Now I understand why I kept seeing that woman. It's her soul, the one that channels the power of death.
I saw a man. The man who killed Sasha. The force of the blow. It was inhuman.
So, was Sasha murdered during a fight? But by whom?
During our investigation, we discovered that many apartments in the building were rented out. On that New Year's Eve, there was a party in one of them, on the 4th floor. The windows faced the spot where Sasha was found dead. We began looking into who rented that apartment, and it turned out it was a group of athletes, friends of the deceased. We cannot disclose their names. There were about 10 of them.
Horrifying. Sasha came to visit friends, and they killed him on New Year's Eve. We tried to contact them, but they changed their phone numbers, addresses, and places of residence. Some even left the country.
And there you have it, the young man who did it. At first, the conflict started as a joke.
They were testing their strength. One practiced judo, another wrestling. They were just demonstrating their moves. showing off their skills, but they miscalculated their strength.
I see a powerful blow to the chest. His heart. It's like it's suddenly filled with blood.
His aorta ruptured.
Aortic rupture causes death within minutes. Saving someone is nearly impossible.
He fell dead. He died in the apartment, not outside.
But the investigator wrote he died outside.
The clairvoyance version has some credibility. The lack of fractures and the small amount of blood at the scene support their claim.
They killed him and then they lied. Said he jumped.
A young man, dark-haired. He has more connections than Sasha. He himself is in shock right now. He never meant to kill anyone.
At the end of our investigation, we managed to speak with one of the law enforcement officers who had worked on Sasha's case. The man was afraid to speak on camera, so we concealed his face and altered his voice.
They really threw him out already dead. Big money was involved.
It was just a brawl. No one intended or planned to kill, but the outcome was fatal for Sasha. Because this situation was provoked by the spirit of the girl from this street of death.
If this dead woman has set her sights on hunting down the man who lived here, she will find him, sooner or later.
What should we do?
She must be stopped.
A ritual must be performed, without question.
She must be released and laid to rest.
Does anyone here have 3 apples nearby?
Take a candle, each of you, especially those who have lost someone. The dead energies that haunted this place, they're gone now. Life here will begin to heal.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
When I think about your Sasha, I feel that he will return in the child that will come into this family, through his older brother's lineage.
A killer spirit is hunting a young family. Who bound it to the family and why? Don't miss out. The psychics will uncover the secret of the deadly love triangle. 35-year-old Olesia Yakovenko and her husband, Hennady, asked the psychics for help because they are convinced that Olesia's deceased brother, Kostiantin, is trying to kill their family, which includes 2 small children, Mikhailo and Darina.
We're all living in fear.
It all started when Olesia's brother was alive. One day, he visited his sister and said something utterly strange.
If I die, I'll take you with me. It really spooked me.
Then Kostiantin went home, and the next morning he was found hanged.
I had a breakdown.
It remained a mystery to everyone why the man committed suicide. He never complained about his health. He had a wife and 3 wonderful children, and he was planning to build a new house.
Kostiantin and I were very close, and we always supported and helped each other.
But the woman could not even imagine what her brother's terrible promise would turn into for them, because, after his funeral, the life of her family went downhill. Hennady recalls that the day after the funeral, he saw the deceased Kostiantin in a dream.
He came to me, reaching out his hands. I woke up in a cold sweat, to be honest.
And when the man opened his eyes, he saw his wife, who was sleeping next to him, suddenly start to suffocate.
It felt like someone was blocking my windpipe, strangling me.
Frightened, Hennady began to wake Olesia and thus saved her life. The next day, while he was cutting firewood in his yard, he suddenly saw Kostiantin's ghost nearby.
I clearly saw his silhouette. He looked just like when he was alive. I got really scared.
Incredibly, it was as if some invisible force knocked the electric saw out of Hennady's hands and threw it onto his foot.
It cut my foot like this. There was blood everywhere.
Then Olesia found herself on the brink of death. She was walking down to the basement to take preserves when she suddenly felt a powerful push in the back.
I fell and hit my head. I had really nasty hematomas here.
But the worst happened later. When the couple's son and daughter were playing in the room, a wall collapsed on them.
A piece of the tiled wall simply collapsed.
The father pushed his son and daughter away at the last moment.
If I'd been a moment late, I don't know how it would have ended.
Therefore, Olesia and Hennady wrote a letter to the psychics.
I really want them to arrive and help us.
The most experienced experts in mystical matters, Olena Kurilova and Rubina Cibulska, took on the case.
I see a male silhouette, and he's standing behind Olesia. He's telling me, I will stop killing if you find the one who lay in my grave for 9 days.
The cards say, we can stop the death if the man who was burned bends his knees.
The following day, the psychics arrive at the Yakovenko's house in the small Ukrainian village.
Hello.
Come in, please.
Hello.
I beg you, please help us.
Olesia, I see a dead man behind you. He has dark hair and olive skin. His eyes are black. He's about 30 to 35 years old, and he has a noose around his neck. It was the same spirit that visited me before the investigation, and he's the one hunting this family.
My brother, Kostiantin. What does he want?
If you have his photo, bring it. Please. Look.
I was stunned. Outwardly, he looked like the same spirit I'd seen, but energetically, it was someone entirely different. Is this some kind of double, or what? We needed to summon Kostiantin's spirit, and the best place to do this was where he took his own life.
Let's go.
Rubina, what's wrong?
Olena, I saw something where Hennady was standing. A dark mass, a huge mass, all covered in needles. They covered it completely.
Needles?
I don't understand what it is, but it's definitely not a spirit.
Kostiantin hanged himself in the yard of this house. It used to belong to Olesia's grandmother, but now no one lives here.
We need to see that place.
But I sense some deed, energy, emanating from somewhere else.
Olena Kurilova calls her colleague into the house. However, Rubina Cibulska points towards the garden for some reason.
Did he do it here?
Yes.
The neighbors saw the dead man and immediately informed Kostiantin's relatives.
Kostiantin, come to us.
I see him boarding up the windows.
He saw something through the window, and it scared him.
He had this panicky fear and claimed someone was watching him, so he boarded up the windows. We even took him to see a psychiatrist.
No mental disorders were found in Kostiantin, though. However, shortly before his suicide, Olesia's brother began telling everyone that he constantly saw a dark silhouette next to him.
Kostiantin, tell me, what is that force next to you? I didn't call it. It came to me on its own, and it killed me. I don't want to take you to the other world. He says, I want you to live, and I don't want the same thing to happen to you, my dear sister.
My dear brother.
the same force that haunted Konstantin is now hunting your family. He's showing me a dead man, and I've already seen this man at your house. He has a noose around his neck, and he's holding something in his hands, like a postcard. And there's a coffin on the postcard.
Careful.
Bring water.
Careful, careful.
What's going on? The man can barely stand.
I felt a sudden pain in my heart. My legs started to give out.
At that moment, I saw the dark entity with needles next to Hennady again. But this black mass had nothing to do with the killer spirit and appeared near Olesia's husband for another reason. For the time being, I decided to focus on the dead man who haunted Olesia's family. I feel that he's attached to your family because of betrayed love.
Who's there?
The psychics hurried towards the source of the strange noise.
There's a man hanging from a tree. I felt necrotic energy from this place. Everyone get out of here.
He's your family.
Who's this?
My father.
Do you mean not only your brother, but also your father hanged himself?
One evening, Olesia's father went out of the house where he lived with her mother, came here, and hanged himself.
Olesia's deceased father wasn't killing anyone. I saw his spirit near the house. The man was crying and saying something about his children. He strangled my children.
Besides Konstantin, Olesia buried 2 more brothers, Andrei and Mykola, and her sister, Tetiana. All 3 died young from respiratory diseases.
All the deaths were related to suffocation. It seemed like a family curse. It was as if someone had bound a merciless killer spirit to Olesia's family. The mirror is showing me the house where your entire family used to live. And it is filled with smoke.
Yes.
I see a woman. She's lying in this house.
That's Mom.
Did she suffocate too?
Yes. The wiring short-circuited. She suffocated from the smoke in the house.
Olesia's mother died 6 months before her father. That terrible night, he was at work. Their children were already living separately, so when the fire started, the woman was home alone, and there was no one to save her.
Tetiana, my late sister, found her.
I need to see the house.
It's not far from here.
This house has been abandoned ever since both parents died.
The same killer spirit caused the short circuit. He was holding a postcard with a coffin on it. In that coffin lay a young man, but energetically he was alive. I didn't understand what it meant at all.
A bird.
This is your mother's spirit. She's here. She's touching you with her hand.
I feel warmth. My dear mother.
Hush, hush, hush.
She's unwell. Bring water.
I see her face. She's looking at me.
I don't feel well either.
Let's get out of here. At that moment, I remembered that the killer spirit was destroying the family because of betrayed love. The mirror showed me a beautiful young blonde who looked a lot like Olesia, and then a letter appeared in the mirror. The mirror shows me the letter A. Is there a woman in your family whose name starts with an A?
My grandmother's name was Anna.
The man she loved broke her heart.
Grandpa abandoned her when she was pregnant. He's my maternal grandfather.
And I see that he sent her a postcard or photograph with a man in a coffin, but the man was alive.
He lay in a coffin and asked to photograph him.
This is unbelievable. To avoid marrying a pregnant woman, the man sent her a photo of himself in a coffin, pretending he was dead.
Look what he came up with.
He didn't come up with it alone. A woman helped him.
His mother. Was your grandfather a gypsy?
Yes, he came from a gypsy family.
His mother cast a curse on your family, your lineage. I see her perform a ritual, burying that photograph in the ground.
The gypsy woman buried the photo of her son in a fresh grave, thus binding a spirit to the photograph. I saw her return to the cemetery, digging up the photo and sending it to Anna, who was demanding her son to marry her. But he had met another woman.
In gypsy magic, such a ritual is only performed on a relative's grave. That's why, when I described the killer spirit, Olesia thought it was Kostiantin. The man looked exactly like her deceased brother, who was also a gypsy. He has dark hair and olive skin. That's him who's been haunting you. Apparently, the man in whose grave the photo was buried hanged himself. That's why we saw him with a noose around his neck. That gypsy woman cast a separation spell on your grandmother. But after the ritual, she didn't release the spirit. And so he keeps killing your family members one by one. But the gypsy woman protected her son, and the spirit didn't threaten him.
It was a real shock to me.
We needed to perform a ritual to seal the killer spirit. But then something incredible happened. I saw the strange entity covered in needles behind Hennady again. Two forces are hunting the man, the killer spirit and another worldly entity. We need to get away from here. Let's deal with one curse now, and then we'll work with Hennady. I performed an ancient gypsy ritual. I sent the spirit that was destroying the woman's lineage back to the other world. And this mirror will be your talisman.
Thanks.
But what is the needle-covered entity that is trying to kill Olesia's husband?
Come over here. Look at this black smoke. The entity was next to Hennady.
Oh God.
It possessed him.
God.
Help him.
Water. The ground slipped from under my feet.
He fell as if someone shoved him.
Hennady, hold on. What was that?
Ha!
A love spell, Hennady. A love spell from a woman. A woman used magic to cast a love spell on Hennady. She summoned the otherworldly entity. It could kill the man.
What? I see you. You kiss a young woman. She's very young, just a young girl.
Did you have a mistress?
Yes.
Did you know about her?
I did.
Wait. She's Olesia's family.
My niece.
Anastasia.
Oh, God.
And she's also my daughter's godmother.
This is shocking. The man cheated on his wife with her niece, who is also the godmother of their daughter.
I raised her and cared for her like my own daughter, and she did this to me. I stayed alone with the kids. He left me.
I couldn't calm down. How could this be? Having an affair right under your wife's nose. But what shocked me the most was that Hennady got involved with the girl when she was only 14.
It just happened.
It was like he went insane.
From what I sensed, the attraction was mutual. The niece also liked Hennady, especially since he was only a few years older than her.
Hennady started living with Olesia when he was only 17. And a few years later, he began a secret affair with the woman's 14-year-old niece.
Did she cast the love spell on you? We need to see her immediately.
Let's go.
On the way to Anastasia's house, I had a strange vision. I saw a woman's hand holding needles, and with those needles, she was piercing Hennady's face in the photo. That's why the otherworldly entity was covered in needles. Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Natalia.
Anastasia.
Natalia is Anastasia's mother and Olesia's elder sister. After what happened, the women stopped communicating with each other.
Did Hennady and you have a relationship, Anastasia?
Yes. He's a grown man. Didn't he understand? Maybe I didn't have the sense back then.
I cared for you as my own daughter.
Yes, I'm guilty. If I could turn back time, I would change everything. I want to ask you to forgive me.
Why didn't you tell me this right away?
I was scared. I don't know.
Hennady, what's your role in this story? Where's your responsibility?
The man is silent, but did Anastasia cast a love spell on him, and the sinister entity is now trying to kill Hennady because of her?
I never cast any spells.
If the niece didn't cast the love spell on the man, then there was only one other option for who could have done it. Her hand did it.
I didn't do it. Don't say that.
I see this ritual. Hennady's photograph is burned after being pierced with needles, and then an incantation is read. This is how you summoned the otherworldly entity.
I found a photograph with wax from a candle dripped on it.
Did you go to see a sorceress to ask her how you could bring your husband back to the family?
I did. I told her I loved him and wanted him back.
Olesia and her brother's wife, indeed, went to see a sorceress. And the old woman taught her what to do.
She told her to burn his photograph at a crossroads, then take the ashes and throw them away somewhere.
Olesia says she couldn't even imagine what this would mean for her husband.
This whole situation is not my fault.
I'm not blaming you. You wanted to bring your husband back. And I understand you as a woman. But black magic is not a solution because evil always begets evil. To save Hennady's life, we had to perform a reversal spell.
But the ritual will only work if Hennady apologizes to his wife for everything he did.
I'm very guilty before you. Please forgive me.
Forgive me too. I only wanted you back.
I won't leave you anymore.
Rubina, seal it.
The entity is gone. Hennady will no longer be in danger. I think everyone will understand now that there is no place for black magic in love.